Mark Cuban's one of the most famous investors in the world. He built a massive financial fortune during the tech boom of the 90s into the early 2000s. And he's using many of the lessons he learned almost 20 years ago to understand what may happen next in crypto. Mark's main lesson was that in the late 90s, there was this big boom. Anyone who put .com on the end of their company name, they seemed to only have their stock prices go up. And there's lots of people who made money. There's also people who ended up getting left holding the bag during 2000 when all of a sudden it all came crashing down. Right after the tech bust of 2000 and that .com tragedy, all of a sudden we had this consolidation phase. The bad companies were washed out. The good companies gained market share. Those that remained, those that survived, they ended up building generation-defining companies. Now, Mark Cuban, he made an absolute fortune during this time. He sold multiple companies over a couple of years there. And now he thinks the same exact thing is going to happen here in 2022. He believes that crypto is experiencing one of those busts, and there's going to be a consolidation phase next. And the projects that are just copycats or the projects that aren't actually going to survive, they're going to get washed out. They'll go to zero. People will lose lots of money. But those that are able to thrive over time and still be around once we get to the other side of the consolidation phase, they've got a chance to be something quite special. And so, of course, history isn't necessarily a guide to the future. But one thing that I do know is that people have been around for quite a while. Those that were investing during the .com boom, or those who navigated the global financial crisis successfully. You might want to listen to some of the stuff they have to say. They're not always going to be right, but every once in a while, experience and an understanding of history serves investors well. And this is probably one of those times. As bad as you think it can always get worse. As long as you think the bad times can last, they can always last longer. But every once in a while, the doomsayers, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they think it'll be way worse than it actually is. And sometimes they think it'll last for 2, 3, 4 years. And it doesn't last that long. Understanding what's happened in the past through various market cycles is important to being informed about what's happening right now. Hearing Mark Cuban's thoughts about a potential consolidation phase, a washout of the weaker companies and projects, and the strongest companies surviving tends to make a lot of sense to me. It'll be fascinating to see how accurate he is and to see what plays out in the market. Stay alert out there, keep your head on a swivel, make sure you study history, and understand that nobody has a crystal ball about the future. Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and see you next time.